your psychic intellect and made you my puppet.
It's a bullseye! And here's your host, Jim Boyd!
Perhaps today is a good day to die. Prepare for running speed!
Sir, there's another starship coming in. It's the Enterprise.
Your shoulder bone connected to your neck bone, your neck bone connected to your head bone. Now hear the word of the Lord. Them bones gonna walk around.
Take a base of action. Green group, skip across the whole sector of each other.
Admiral, we have enemy ships in Sector 47.
It's a trap.
.007 Triple X.
Bond, what do you think you're doing?
Keeping the British hand up, sir.
Nobody does.
Sorry if I scared you. You'll like this bit.
Yes, indeed, yes, indeed. Good evening, good morning. I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. Man, my voice sounds really good. I mean, if I may say so. Far be from me to be overly complimentary. But, yeah, I've been hacking up the storm, for the last day or so. I've had this cold for about a week now. So much so, I switched to tea, right? I switched to tea. Hopefully that will soothe my, my troubled fallopians. Are these fallopians? I don't know. No, it's down there. That's down there. That's lady bits. What's the bit of your throat called again? I don't know. Hopefully that will soothe my troubled throat and get us through today, right? We have a lot to talk about. We're going to be doing a deep dive Blake 7. We're looking forward to talking about it for a while. What else was going on? I think we need to talk more about the recolored, recut war games. I'm just a schmuck, okay? I am just a schmuck because now I'm going, might be good. I said, but how am I such a schmuck? Right? I don't understand how I am such a schmuck because I said exactly the same thing about the Daleks. And that was shit. I mean, now I'm telling myself, well, the colorization's a lot better. Right? And the colorization is a lot better. I mean, it really is a lot better. I like it was the colorization more than the cut that threw me off, right? Of the Daleks. But could this be good? Look, I'm going to go into it with an open mind, right? Because again, I found the colorization good, and yeah, they're inserting in the that regeneration online with lost footage. I think I have some news about that. What that actually is. Yeah. I think I actually know what that actually is. Noah over on the Tartar Zone is saying that Stephen Moffat is being like the face of Doctor Who right now because he's going to take over, right? I guess he's the next, swing, next one up. I mean, like Stephen Moffat. But at that point, here's the thing: the trouble was there was no coming back from the damage done by Jodie Whittaker, and just rolling with it was a mistake. Right? It really, really genuinely was a mistake. They needed to either reboot or erase that one and then say, oh, they can't do first, but she was shit. People have said that when The Last Jedi came out, they need to remake that movie, right? Just like, look, we love you that much, we'll give you a do-over. Make another episode, what was it? 9, right? Make another episode 9, and, is it 9? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, another episode 8, right? Another episode 8. I think it would have been better, right? And they'll go, oh, how stupid. That would never happen. I know it would never happen. But had that happened, would things have been better, right? Yeah, of course they would have been. There'll be lots and lots better. Yeah, but man. stupid decisions. Lots of stupid decisions were made, and are still being made. I think for the stupidest reasons. That's kind of what I liked about that movie, Oppenheimer, which you haven't seen. I do recommend it. Is it on a streaming service? 1 second. Let's have a look. Is Oppenheimer on? It's on Netflix. It's on a streaming service. Streaming service. Doink. It's on Peacock. That's interesting. You can rent them on Apple TV. Yeah, on Prime or Blockbuster digitally. Never heard of them. It's on Peacock. I'm surprised. Peacock? Really? That's a big movie. Well, good for them, I guess. Right? Good for them. Yeah, but no, it's a strong movie. Did I buy that? How much is that on Apple? Let's have a look. 1 second. You go to Apple. Yeah. Oh, 1 second. Is that my daughter home? Sapora, is that you? Hi, darling. I'm in the middle of a stream. How are you? I'm in the middle of a live stream. How are you? You're not a rapist or a murderer? Well, you might be. And you have the key to the house. Well, I'm glad you're not a rapist or a murderer then. Okay, 1 second. Let's see how much they're charging for it. Oppenheimer, buy is $9.99 and rent is $3.99. Out $3.99. Rent it. I could fancy watching again, but I'm probably not going to. But yeah, $3.99. It's a sort of. But yeah, the point is this: the story is of this guy who's like Oppenheimer, who's essentially a hero whose life was destroyed by a petty politician for a stupid reason, and that's the thing. You can't overestimate the pettiness of people. Right, so that's how do we get there? Now I'm totally lost. Anyway, listen, I'm going into the colorized war games with an open mind. I mean, I understand it's 10 stories. Constantina down into 90 minutes with at least 3 minutes added on with a regeneration scene, and probably they're going to regenerate the. Or they're going to imply regenerate the warlord into the master. I think the Delgado master, which I think is a big mistake. Right? I think it's mystery is better. Right? Mystery is better. Right? So yeah, I think that's a that would be a mistake. But look, the fact is, woke is just in full collapse. Right? It's really bizarre. So this has to affect Doctor Who, because Doctor Who is always on the cutting edge of fashion, right? And fashion has now wildly swung away from woke very quickly and very weirdly, right? The people can't stay here. I'll get there. Let's look at this. This was a what was it? This is from Have I Got News for You? I think no. This was on GBTV talking about Have I Got News for You. So we go. Doink, share screen video file. Download. Right, and just how incredibly tone deaf and off they are now. Like, I used to love How Have I Got News for You. Now they're just woke fucks. Already, that's all they are. But this opening
make
intro.
You laugh. The holier-than-thou BBC comedy show Have I Got News for You have had to delete an ill-judged joke about the Daily Telegraph journalist Alison Pearson, who was visited by police and faced possible arrest for a social...
I'm sorry, I just can't take this guy seriously. If I find out he was made by Jim Henson, I'll be like, yeah, it makes sense, right? That totally makes sense. And look, listen, Paul Merton in his lot, man. Oh, you're not edgy and fun anymore, right?
Social media post that she sent a year ago. Now, those numpties...
that was insane, by the way. That journalist was like accosted by the police.
At Essex Police, who suddenly realised that they ought to spend their resources tackling burglaries, car crime, muggings and sexual assault, have dropped the case altogether. But the BBC won't let it go. Here is the since-deleted Have I Got News for You gag. On social media, they posted, Essex Police drops Alison Pearson investigation on the grounds that, and I quote, "We were honestly just sick of talking to her."
It's a bit. Oh yeah, here, bring in a bit of Doctor Who into this.
Sick of talking to her. Bloody women, eh? It reminds me of the BBC Doctor Who star David Tennant, who said that he hoped that the new Tory leader Kemi Badenoch would shut up and didn't exist.
And David, we are never, ever, 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 ever gonna shut up about you saying that and pretend it didn't exist. We are never, ever doing that.
How ironic from the progressive left, who dominate BBC shows like Doctor Who and Have I Got News for You, who call everything hate speech, except when it comes from their own mouths. Of course, Alison Pearson's great crime is not an historic social media post. That's not the story. It's her politics, which are unacceptable to this smug, sneering, state-funded TV woke fest.
Smug, sneering, state-funded, right? That's exactly right. And like the worm has turned, like the cultural needle has 100% moved, right? It's look, in America, the Democrats have abandoned LGBT, right? They've abandoned the trans movement. They're in full retreat, right? They dropped it like a stone. Like, no, we're done, right? It's over, right? It's over in like just incredible. I mean, look, we can see all these different meltdowns people having. Let's look a bit at Whoopi Goldberg. Oh, this is so good. Oh, Whoopi, used to love you, darling. Now you're just like a really mad old bat. I know. Here we go, a bit of Whoopi.
As I believe, Elon Musk is the actual vice president.
You've said that.
And yes, I believe.
I get Whoopi, darling. You're crazy.
I believe that because I think that JD Vance. You know, he's kind of an interim, but I believe that Musk is he's the.
Then why didn't he campaign?
Real, actual vice president. He's making decisions. He's doing things. So I think, why doesn't he have to give up X? With everything he's done. I know we got to go, but I'm just,
They just want it to be Blue Sky, right? They want it so bad to be Blue Sky. Man, and the shit show going on at Blue Sky. Oh my God. I mean, firstly, here, look at this. I shouldn't laugh, but look at this. I mean, this is what's going on at Blue Sky. So if you didn't know, a bunch of people left X to go to Blue Sky. So we have child lovers over there. Welcome, my pronouns are they, them. I'm bisexual, non-binary, and minor attracted. Well, that's okay. I love Minecraft, My Little Pony, Fortnite, Doctor Who, and much, much more. And raping children. I love that. That's my most favorite thing in the world. Raping children. It's got 29 followers. Right? What the fuck? Right? It's minor attracted. No, that's bad. Right, Blue Sky, everybody, and it's like they made a heaven for them. But here, look at the mentality of the people there. Yeah, 1 second, over here, and you can see the people who really want to not lose all their clout. They're still here, like Mr. Dardis. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. You submitted a report for hateful conduct. Violation found. I mean, look at this. Could you imagine living your life like this? I would love to know what this person said. They've locked her account, that base Latinx account, for breaking a hateful conduct rule. We found they broke the hateful conduct rule through different reports. But look at the glee. I mean, the girl, Toasty. Man, well, I'm sorry you went. It's just, these people are sick. I mean, honestly, these people are sick. And thank God. Just go back to go to Blue Sky. We're happy to see you go. Don't worry about it, right? Do not worry about it. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. This I just got hilarious. It's not what it appears to be, though. It got what's it called? It got community noted. It's it's like things flies together, but man, it's funny. I thought it was real.
Hold on.
Like she has a meltdown because Elon Musk over an Elon Musk meme. But it's not. Again, they faked it. It's so sad they did that.
To at least 3. Put up the graphic of this.
So anyway, you can't see the people wind it back a little bit, and it's such an easy fake to do as well, right? Lead us not into dark path of temptation. There is a now. Is this a Milo Manara drawing? It looks kind of like it, doesn't it? I think it is. So there is an obvious harlot, right? A very sexy harlot. If you're not watching on screen, right? And bent over, asshole tilted up, ready to be penetrated by her punter, right? Now next to her, like tempting the punter. You want to try a bit of this? A very, very attractive young lady too. But let me tell you, the caption is "And lead us not to temptation." Now, next to the young lady is a priest praying, "Oh, keep me away from sin." I wouldn't probably do quite as well. And the meme is they have a MSNBC logo over the waiting vaginal passage of the young lady, and a caption saying Elon Musk trying not to buy over the priest. Oh, again, it's sorry that it's a fake, but it's so funny.
I think I'm gonna have to hand this off. Yeah. Sorry, that does it for us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow. No. No. What's the names? What was the name again? No Rachel Maddows were hurt in the creation of making of this video. You see Sonny Houston's actual soul tear apart as if as if it made into a Horcrux. In this next clip.
I have a legal note. Matt Gaetz has long denied all allegations and has not been charged with any crime. Yeah. Gaetz previously dismissed allegations that he paid for sex, saying that, quote, someone is trying to recategorize my generosity to ex-girlfriends as something more untoward. Another legal note, Pete Hex.
That's because they kept saying, oh, he raped people, or people say that. No, I mean, again, the allegation isn't proof.
Seth's lawyer said he paid the woman in 2023 to head off the threat of a baseless lawsuit. He has denied any wrongdoing.
Just call the show Legal Note from now on.
Or really long.
You know, here's the thing: if you lie all the time, right, and you're going to get sued into oblivion, which you are, which you will be sued into oblivion, as Whoopi Goldberg well knows. I think Carl Rittenhouse sued her into oblivion, right? I should look that up. I mean, he sued her for a lot. Like, a lot. Let me see if I can find that. Oh, Dr. Alex is here. How you doing, Dr. Alex? Thank you for joining us. I haven't even done the chat yet. There you go. Look, you got a bit of early chattage. Oh, so Kyle, Rittenhouse, Whoopi Goldberg, because she said he's a white supremacist. The View hasn't settled the lawsuit with Carl Rittenhouse. The View talk show host of View settled lawsuit filed by Carl Rittenhouse for $22 million and issued a formal apology. I wonder how much they paid. Right? Harry is not taking hold of Whoopi Goldberg. This was from last year. So yeah, I mean, like you people get sued for a lot of money. And you just keep doing it over and over again. Rich, insane yenters.
Or really long music. We'll be right back.
Woke is in total collapse. Right? I think here's the best example of it. Where is it? Yeah, okay. Bud Light. Remember how Bud Light were cancelled? Here's what the latest ad is.
It is not just a fragrance. It is a feeling. What?
Like they go for this super redneck comedian who actually looks quite funny.
Oh, where'd you get a snake?
We are all lost.
Yeah, I'm lost. I'm 100% lost here.
But we are on the edge.
Hey, all right. This is pocket full of sand? That's, yeah. Hey, I think I'm in the wrong commercial.
What?
Yeah, dude, this isn't right.
Wait, aren't you Andre?
No, I'm Shane. My name's Shane.
Huh.
Oh, Shane Willis. Yeah, this guy wasn't allowed to go on Saturday Night Live because he was too right-wing, I think.
Oh, I see what's going on. You're supposed to be in a Bud Light commercial.
Oh, I'm supposed to be in a Bud Light commercial, not here. So that's why I'm the odd one out down here.
Well, if you're here, Andre is.
I love it here. Oh, yeah. Something is different about you, man.
Yeah, Matt, have they turned around from the Dylan Mulvaney fiasco? Look at them.
I just ordered some wings in that other commercial. You think they're gonna make it here? You guys like wings? You blue cheese guy? Ranch girl? You're a ranch girl.
Man, I would love to have blue cheese on buffalo wings, but yeah, you can't do that. Us Semitic types.
You guys like blood or something?
Woke is in complete collapse. And yet still, right? Still, the more pompous they get, the more woke is collapsing. This is Sadiq Khan with his woke pompous racism turned up to the absolute maximum, right?
This opportunity to invite President-elect Trump to next year's Pride in London.
He's like saying, "Oh, because you don't like gay." Like he just nominated the openly gay man who's married to a man as transport secretary, I believe.
I also
like, why do you think he doesn't like gay people?
Invite him to attend Friday prayers with me.
No, I wouldn't do that. You might not make it out alive, mate.
Any Friday he wants to come to London, or a Hindu temple, or a Sikh Gurdwara, or a Jewish synagogue.
Take a Jewish synagogue, mate. And he knows how Sadiq Khan's like Jewish. What do we call those places? Evil pits of hell. A place we're going to burn down soon. Synagogue. There you go. Synagogue. It's like the pompousness of him. Oh God. Oh, they just. Who's worse? Like Starmer, him. I mean, they're all just the worst ever.
I think it's really important to share the joys of the greatest city in the world with the president-elect, and I look forward to doing just that when he comes to the UK.
When it comes to UK, I would stay away from that cunt if I was you, mate. I mean, like, do you want to have a shitty time? Then join up with Sadiq Khan and just shows you how he's destroyed the world. And look again, just to show how we're on the wrong side of history. This is what the Doctor Who fan show looks like. I don't know Doctor Who fans that are like this. I mean, like, yeah.
Oh God.
You mean those
No,
statues?
I hate this. Press play. Hello. Donna!
That is the money.
I mean, like, oh God. How about having somebody not diverse and relatable instead, right? Let's have gay people because we're okay. I mean, like, nobody minds there being gay, but like, for fuck's sake. How about a couple of white blokes who's drinking a beer? Like, that's what most Doctor Who fans look like, right? Oy vey. And I'm saying no black people on TV. I'm just saying, why not vaguely represent the audience, right? Because this doesn't. Right? This doesn't.
Shot.
Come on! It's bloody entertaining.
Dancing the Paso Doble.
I love you.
Babe.
Quite right too.
I am taking my I love you back. I'm saying, Uno reverse.
Psych. Opposite day.
Got ya.
How do you know that? Because I know.
All right, Mystic Meg. Little baby David Tennant.
Are they just watching random clips? I don't even understand.
Thanks a lot, TARDIS. Thanks a lot. A snog would have been lovely there.
A gentle, loving kiss.
There, you know they're talking about Rogue. I mean, for fuck's sake, Do you have to have everything about? So yes, they do. Right? Yes, they do, because it's all about being joyous. No, oh, for fuck's sake. This is why Doctor Who's on its arse, mate. This is
You're so boring.
Right? Doctor Who fans don't look like this. Look at Downstream last night. That's what they look like, right? It's they look like an average English street where you have people of it, you know, all different identities, and it doesn't really matter, right? Predominantly, they'll be white male. Yes, that will happen. Ooh. I mean, why is that so scary? I don't know, because these people are just weird. Anyway, let's get to the chat, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, there's a lot of Blake 70 stuff I want to talk about. Doink. There you go. Oh, bit of Jenna action. Signing event. You are looking good, darling. You're looking good. The new Blu-ray special editions are great, but I'm still waiting for AI to be good enough to make Rabbi editions that look like this. It'll have it happen soon. Don't worry. Before there's a Connolly and Mark, and Trump finishes his second term, right? Yeah, there absolutely will be. But I'd say I'm there. Hang on. Where'd that go? Come back. Share screen. Doink. There you go. Is that back? And we're back. There you go. Good. 5. Yeah, bit of Jenna Stannis action. I've been watching the Blake 7. My watch of Blake 7 now moves to season 1 because I just can't not. Right? I am really digging it. It's such a different animal from season 4. Oh, it's so different. Blake's Legend, reviewing the new Blake 7 Blu-ray box set. Yes, you know what? I should actually let's see if they have. If I go Blake's 7 new effects. Maybe do Blu-ray new effects. Is this it? Oh, this looks like it might be a reel of that. Hang on. I'll show you it in context with the episodes. All right. Now, finally, I got a Blu-ray reader that's I'm ripping away happily right now. I am enjoying myself. Anyway, let's get to the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Do you watch Rutka Ali on YouTube? No, who is Rutka Ali? Let's have a look. Rutka Ali. Minecraft. What is it? Okay, I found his channel. Okay, AIDS in Africa. Okay, that's a bit dark. Videos. Did it? Are they? Do you ever see this guy's face? Because I'm trying to get the preview of it, and hang on 1 second. We'll just pick a random one. I'll turn the sounds off. I keep getting ads for things I already have. Okay, no, this is all animated. That's kind of fun. I should check this out. No, I don't, but I am intrigued to learn more. Right, I'm intrigued to learn more. Thank you, D. Darren Evans here. How you doing, D? Is here, obviously. You asked me that. Darren Evans here, as is Colin Archer, who says, Tzvi Lebetkin, have you heard about the petition for the UK for the general election? What's it up to now? Right? It's concrete. What's it? I mean, this is like, what, 3 months in? Petition for general election. See if it comes up. Is over 1 million yet? Call for a general election. What, over 1 million? Fuck me. 1,175,132 signatures in under 24 hours. Like this. I mean, that's not going to happen because Labour just ignore it like they always do. Like they just pretend nothing's going on. Oh, and I guess they can. I mean, look, they can until the by-elections when they're going to get slaughtered. Farage should be running around getting ready for that. I think they're going to do very well. Dan is here, Dan. Thank you for joining our big Doctor Who 2024 birthday show. It was a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Yeah, Colin Archer, it's Brexit is what broke them, right? You gave up when their 73rd anti-Brexit joke with no pro-Brexit ones. I know, because like they can't, right? They can't even conceive of it, right? Don't name me child love. It's obscene. Dr. Alex, how you doing? Well, you actually got the first solo. So what's happening there, my good man? Anyway, they're also narcissistic. They won't, it says Colin Archer, they won't even get why they're the butt of these jokes. The thing is, they don't. Right, Rachel Mancow. This is Colin Archer. Bobby D35 is here. Stay on Blue Sky and virtually Catholic. Yeah, Blue Sky is like a what's the word? A quarantine for an infection. They could just all burn themselves out, right? If you want to cringe, check out the new Jack. Oh yeah, I mean to get to that. Jaguar commercial. I saw that. I was like, what's going on with this? Hang on. Will it download or do I need to put it in the downloader? It looks shit. I mean, like, I don't understand how anybody is this stupid. I'm on the wrong thing. Yeah, I'm doing it over here. It really, that's what it boils down to, just stupidity. Yeah, rank stick stone stupidity. That's all it is. Jaguar. Download. Here it comes. It's downloading, I think. It's slowly, maybe. I can't tell. I told you I was sick. It says it's resuming. If I press download again, I don't know. Okay, I'm pressing it. I couldn't resist. Still the same thing. All right, I guess it'll be there in a minute, but what's taking so long? That last one downloaded in a second. All right. Okay. I guess we'll get to it when we get to it. Fine. Yeah, I do want to look at that. So Elon will invite you over for a little bit of a talk. So Elon Musk's dad apparently says that by February Keir Starmer won't be prime minister anymore. What does he know? Maybe things will come out at the Southport murder trial, right? That could well be. There's crazy stuff going. Man, okay. I think I've got to find a different downloader. YouTube downloader online. Doink. I'll try save from there, but that was a bit funky last time I used it. Doink. Download. Your video is ready. Well, okay. Oh, it took it a minute before it like kept opening up windows of shit I didn't want before it let me download it. Right? Trying to get me to download this app. I'm not buying your app. I'm not doing it. It's not happening, darling. Forget it. Not today. Okay, fine. Download for free. Now it opens another window. We'll try that again. I think the third. Oh no! Now it opens up another window. It says pending. I mean, for a 30-second ad that I don't particularly want to see. Now it's processing. In progress. Oh, I like a bit of progress, but don't like progressive. That's a bit of a. Is it downloading now? I keeps opening up new bloody windows. Maybe the new Windows owner is the download link. Maybe. I know. I'm about to give up on this. Hang on. There you go. I think I'm about to give up on it. And that one's still going. Nearly at 2 megabytes. Well, that's impressive. like, why is that taking so long? Oh, wait a minute. Where if I get it from Twitter? Hang on, we'll go Jaguar. I bet it'll come right up. There you go. We'll do the paste. Look at that. Straight bloody away. There we go. Oh, did it just download? Get out of here. Fine, this one downloaded. That was just annoying. Fine, let's look at this Jaguar back. 1 second. Let's finish the chat, then we'll do it. Then we'll have a quick look at it. I was like, oh, we basically finished the chat. Yay, she's back. Who's back? Okay. There you go. Okay, Callie. Well, I was not Callie. Jenna. We'll be back with you soon, darling. So yeah, let's look at this uber woke Jaguar ad. Great. Okay, who would want to buy a car from these fucks? Who signed off on that? Oh my god. Who signed off on that? What the hell? That was Bizarroville. Right? That was indeed Bizarroville. So where should we start? Should we start talking about Blake 7? Yeah, let's start talking about Blake 7. So I am 1.5 discs in. We'll review the first disc today. Now, let's talk about the new effects. So the new effects are... I would like them to be better, frankly. Right? Let me pull up the Blake 7 Blu-ray so I can find Blake 7 Blu-ray. Doink. Ba-ba, ba-ba, images. Ba-ba, ba-ba, ba-ba. Wow. Wow. There we go. Over here. So if I don't see the Jedi, I giggle. I'm sorry. Oh, I got it. It was a little one. She cried. Size matters not. Yeah, that's what you say, mate. There we go. Ba 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 ba. Wow. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Yeah, wait. Really? That's the best it can do? I guess that works. There we go. Share screen. There we go. This is what we've been waiting for a long time. The Blake 7 box set. Again, I unboxed it. It didn't take very long because it's a very cheap bit of packaging. Do not expect Doctor Who packaging for this thing. Even the paper for the little booklet, which is beautifully designed, is cheap. Right, everything about this is cheap. So please, everybody, buy this so we can get a second and third and full set, because it's such a wonderful presentation of the series, right? So the new effects. How would I characterize the new effects? Which is, I think, I think, other than it being in HD, I think the new effects is a pretty darn big draw, because the old effects were. Look, I take Ark in Space, which is about the same time. A few years earlier, I think the original effects are just kind of distracting, right? So the new effects aren't quite as good and as seamless as you would want them to be. But they are done very faithfully to the very faithfully to the original concepts, right? Here, let me show you the new titles, right? Because I think that really shows you the care and attention they went to. Where is it? Like, we'll go to. Come on. My external drives aren't showing up. She cried. Recents, maybe. Is it thinking about? Oh, here he goes. Doink. We go over here. Blake 7. Oh yeah, we got to talk about Swap Shop. Fine. Wokey, what was signed off on that? I don't know. So yeah, again, the new titles, they're pretty much the same, but man, seeing them on a big screen, like a good 50, 60 inch in HD, it's really good. So yeah, all this I think is the same. Maybe the planets are different. Okay, this is the bit, right? Because in the original titles, it was just a still of the Liberator zooming into it, right? And it really did look naff. It really looked naff. But it had this coloring, and now they've done it as a 3D rendering. But they kept the coloring the same. It looks perfect. Spaceful. So, yeah, generally speaking, here, let's see if we can find some shots of the London, which is now, and I find like the space shots. Oh, here we go. Is that it's taking off? Hang on.
Time to start 5.
Yeah, okay, that was actually one of the better shots. Oh yeah, they took off from the end of the first episode. So yeah, just let's put it in context and show the original version. Here we go. Spaceful original. Yeah, you know, let's just watch out the Liberating this one. Oh, it's a little bit before this, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, God bless it. God bless it. It's just not very good. Okay, it's just not very good. Da, 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 da. Oh, wow, wow. Don't be wrong. It's fine for the time, but it looks a bit airfix, right? This looks a bit better, I think. They have both versions, but I really prefer the new effects. The bit where they get to Liberator, which is that in this episode or is that the next one? Oh yeah. Again, the renderings of Liberator are gorgeous, right? They're absolutely wonderful. This they didn't redo though, which I thought was really bizarre. This like mind parasite thing that killed everybody there, right? This thing. I'm gonna put a bit of CGI over that. Make it like a pulsating brain thing. Because that's a bit. I mean, I don't understand why do that and not do it. It's strange to me, right? On the making of, they keep talking about how hard it was to walk up and down that canvas thing. And it does look it, doesn't it? Yeah, and then you know, I do like this guy, the I can't remember his name. See, at the beginning he's just kind of like a bored, like, you know.
Time to start 5.
Yeah, it's like no. And then, you know, 20 minutes later he's like murdering and threatening to rape Jenna. So I was like, yeah, there was a bit of a oh, here we go. It's another effect shot. Yeah, so this is when he gets So let's see what that's like in the original one. 5007. I like how Blake gets shot in the shoulder and just like rubs his shoulder and it gets better. I don't know. Now I prefer the new effects by a hair, right? I will say by a whisker. Now, also on this first disc, which I haven't finished watching yet, is Liberation. I'll pull up, which is the main documentary. And in the booklet, it says you have Sally Kinnett and Jan Chapel. So I thought it was just them, right? I didn't know it was the main documentary, and it's very good though. But here, it opens up like, and you can tell it's such a BBC like Doctor Who collection Blu-ray, right? So they have the original model liberated, and it looks like shit. Like, why doesn't somebody restore it? I mean, look at it. Just like, why can't somebody restore that? I'm a little bit mortified. Like, who owns that? Like, get somebody to restore. It's like, it's really kind of tragic. That's what it looks like.
Look at it. Now, this is the original. God almighty, that's amazing. 45 years. Could do with a little repaint.
Yes, it could. Yes, it could. So they have a bit of a chin wag. They bring in other people. They talk about how the series was made. And it's good, right? It's one of the better making of documentaries. But then they go by episode. So when they start doing that, first you get through the characters and the design. When they start going episode by episode. So I stopped at that point, and I'm going to watch the next section. As I watch it. God Archer says, Tzvi Lebetkin, the nerve father showed this ad to his students. No idea what's that. I must be talking about the Jaguar ad, right? So yeah, I would say a superior making of documentary, right? It's how long is it? Hour and a half long. So I would say it's very in-depth. What else is on that first disc? Oh, this. Okay. Freaked me out. This totally freaked me out. They have a clip from the swap shop. And when they said the number 01801-8055, it just clicked in my head. If you're not from England, you don't understand. Saturday mornings will swap shop, and they will keep saying to phone 01811-8055. Swap Shop was this like magazine show for like 3 hours on Saturday mornings, and it was revolutionary of its time. And then ITV had its own version called Tiswas, which was actually a lot better. Right, I hate to say it, but here, let's throw a bit of that up. This was on January 7th, 1978. Okay, yeah, new show coming up, Blake 7.
From Blake 7. Matt Irvin, welcome to the programme once again.
Taking home, morning.
You're from the Visual
Effects Department. Yes.
Right.
Matt Irvin's awesome. I love seeing him in all the... Like, Matt Irvin was a real mainstay of my childhood. I used to love these things where he showed the models that he made and talked about how to make them. But there's a bit where they would call him. I was like, oh my God, I remember this number. Man, it looks better then, didn't it, Liberator? Somebody give it to Matt Irvin to fix. What's wrong with you people? Where is it? Or it might have been something on a... Oh, you know what? It must have been an extra on the... there it is. 01811-8055. Here we go. That's in Noel Evans up here.
The ring on 01811-8055. One of the BBC's top experts here, Matt, will be happy to talk to you about signal boxes for your railway or any form of models that you're working on. If you want to know anything about the world of models.
So yeah, that is a fun extra. I did enjoy that. You got these weird character introductions. I think they're from the DVDs, right? And I was like, I didn't really see the point. There's a couple of fun bits where you have Sally Cavett talking about the Jenna and David, what's his name, who played Gan, talking about Gan, David Jackson. And I think is that everything on the... That's pretty much it. And then you got the continuity announcements, right? And that's everything on that disc. So let's, I've been doing a deep dive review in watching all of Blake 7. I was watching season 4, but now this came out. I moved over there. So I was a bit reticent to start watching this one because I like the tone of the full season. This is a very different animal. Then from listening to people's reaction to this, they reminded me this entire series was written by Terry Nation, right? And it's very much his creative vision, right? It's very, very, very bizarrely his creative vision. And it's interesting. So Terry Nathan got to do what I wish that Robert Holmes and Philip Hinchcliffe got to do, which is essentially write an adult drama. And boy, did he like it being adult. It was surprisingly dark a lot, because I think because nobody was really paying attention, right? But yeah, this was Terry Nation kind of being let off the leash of the the family entertainment remit of Doctor Who. Yeah, still with a fun penchant for science fiction. So it starts off. It's got a really slow burn start. So honestly, it takes, I would say, 3 episodes to get the premise going, to get to the starting point, and then I think Callie comes in episode 4. Right? It's not till halfway through the season that everything's all set up. Right? So. It's how would I describe it? Yeah, a slow burn, right? A very slow burn, and it makes it a much more interesting viewing. So it's got a feel of I would say more of a classic sci-fi novel, right? And yeah, they do like riff off classic sci-fi novels like Soma, Soma's from what's the name, Brave New World. But yeah, it's again. It's a totally different animal it starts off with, where, the Federation isn't all evil. It's just like, people are living their lives normally. So let's pull up some stills. I'll pull up the episode and I'll drag through it, and we'll see. I can't even think if there's any new effects on the first episode. I really don't see there was any massive need to be. The way back, and again, this was really oblique. The way back, where you only really find out what it's talking about. It's only obliquely at the end of the episode, which it kind of builds to. Yeah, I do like that. So it starts off, and yeah, you can see it's a very civil society, mind you. 1978. Compare it to London in 2015. Probably the Federation surveilled their society far less, right? I would say. It's so again, subtle like totalitarian control, but people are walking around and living their lives, and everything's kind of normal, right? Blake is being taken on a clandestine journey. And he's a kind of a straight-laced citizen. So he's being dipped into this world. And because they tell they're going to hear something about his family. And then they take him to go outside the dome. He's like, that's illegal. You can't do that. I said, well, you wait here if you don't want to know about your family. Fine. So he off he goes. And he's clearly very freaked out by the whole thing, right? He's like not comfortable with any of this. And he goes to looks like some kind of underground parking lot, and he meets this American bloke who I kind of recognize. He looks like he was famous and in other stuff, right? And it's Blake. You're actually a political dissident, and they wiped your brain and they put you back into regular society. But now he wants you to help fight the good fight, right? And there's a little subplot with this blonde bloke who shows up. You think he's a bad guy. But no, he's really good. Oh, he's going to be bad. This is a very bleak outlook on the world. And I think they just enjoy being bleak, right? It's a very, wartime espionage thriller sort of vibe. Right? And he's like, no, you're really Blake. And then he's like, do you remember, having your brain wiped? And apparently not. And man, Gareth Roberts runs weird at this. Look at this.
And when they'd finished, they put you up and you confessed.
Like his little hands are flapping around. So he's like, well, that's weird. He goes off to have a bit of a think. And then all the Federation guards show up. And the guy's like, no, just be... Again, this is January 6th, right? Essentially, we're watching January 6th. They turn up and say, look, everybody be cool.
Let's not resort to violence. We claim our rights as citizens.
You're outside the dome, mate. I can see why you don't have any rights anymore.
And demand to be treated as civil prisoners.
Yeah, I do like the way they set this up as like, yeah, no. Right. So here's my question. Is the Federation just about teetering into totalitarianism now? Kind of like, England is, right? Is the Federation kind of like where the Starmer government is? Where people are arrested for memes and stuff, and then but they haven't started like they haven't started shooting dissidents yet. But okay, so that's kind of the vibe I get, right? And then Blake's like, well, everybody's dead. Sneaks back home, and again, this is a very bizarre psychological thriller where he's on trial now for going outside the city, which has now been changed to he's a pedophile, right? Again, this is Terry Nathan going, I'm gonna write really weird adult stuff now, and this goes up pretty much the entire as I'm into the first season, right? And Chris Boucher's clearly into it too. So they're trying to like crack it. I get this again, these interrogation sort of scenes.
Sometimes just a little, sometimes completely.
And it's great performances, right? But it's not the space opera that you expect, right? It's again this weird political psychological drama, right? And I do like the oh no, this is after being arrested. So now we have like the deep state sitting around trying to decide what to do with him, and she's like, let's put her on trial for pedophilia, right? And you can see that a man so little has changed.
Sentenced, but I'd like to do a feasibility check. Doctor, would you come with me, please?
It's just so incredibly low. And this guy bloke turns out to be a traitor, while Gareth Thomas is losing his marbles. So then it goes into a courtroom drama. You get this kind of earnest defender for Blake, and it's just the story's twisting in all these different ways, none of the way that you expect, right? It's always like now it's much more in the sort of a weird traditional drama. It's like the police have showed up and they said the police have showed up and said that you put an offensive tweet on, and you're about to be sent to Cygnus Alpha for it, right? And so now you got like your public defender working out how to try and get you off. He said, "Look, I was a witness to a massacre. If you can find evidence of it, I think that we might be in luck." Again, very, 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 very traditional, like sci-fi novel-esque science fiction. Right, which I find very, very interesting. I do like the way they do that. Again, it's very it feels very like Fahrenheit 451, right? Dystopian, but kind of similar to those systems. Clearly, very much based on it. And amazingly, he's guilty. And he's taken to the holding cell for. To go on the shuttle Cygnus Alpha, starts meeting the other cast, meets Villa. Michael McKinnon kind of like leans into the role straight away, and signing him there as Jenna. Holy cow, is she hot! I'm 3 episodes in, and she is smoking all the way through. I mean, look at it, she looks fantastic, right? Meanwhile, you get this really interesting drama with his defender trying to find out the truth. And you get a bit of like, of their personal life. So he's in bed. Again, this bit's great as well. It's like what Britain is right now, where people like still live their lives, but you're under fashion control. So I love this one bit where they go and visit the guy in records to see if they can prove it.
The public records computer.
To look for what?
I don't know.
Give me 1 minute and I'll come with you.
I thought they were going to come together. Yeah, I love this bit. Oh man, this is so funny. All right, amazing. That's amazing how well that worked. Of course, nowadays nobody will be using headphones, or they'll just be looking at their phone. So they find some proof. I can't remember what it was. They find some proof, and he goes off to jail. So don't worry, I won't let them take off, right? And there's like you'll be lucky. So they're like, well, so now I think his public defender's being trailed as well as he goes off to try and find the truth and rescue them. So yeah, he goes out of the dome and he finds the apparently all the bodies are still there, right? Yeah, this shot the London. This was one of the early ones, so this was like didn't really fill me with much hope. And like this camera is like the weirdest camera ever. Yeah, it just looks like it needs a bit more texture on it. What can you do? And so they got the proof, right? They're off to save Blake, and they're going to be killed, right? Blake doesn't listen to the order, so he doesn't even get to see Earth as he takes off. They turn around and he's in confinement, which means you got like the traitor finds them and they're both dead, right? And that they built up a little bit of character, with like just a little bit of dialogue, like maybe a minute or two in their private life. It makes it so much more of a chilling death, right? Generally speaking, excellent, right? Excellent. And he's watching Earth go away. See, I can't tell if I like these new space scenes or from the original ones.
Take a long look. That's the last you'll ever see of it.
No, I'm coming back.
Yes, and that is the way back, apparently. The rest of the show is about him finding the way back, which he never does, apparently. I know. I really think if a way to continue Blake... I've thought a couple of ways to continue Blake's Seven now everybody's dead. One way would be to set it like 100 years later and have the exact same story, right? People being transported to a prison ship, they encounter the Liberator, and that way you get something a little bit meta going on. Yeah, I would like if they found a like cryotubes that had like Michael Keating in it and whoever's still alive, right? Yeah, I think that will work quite nicely. Anyway, so this again dovetails directly into episode 2, right? The later Blake 7 not like this at all. So now we're in Spacefall, and again it's not the story you're expecting, right? Weirdly, I mean, like because. Again, it's it's like starting Star Trek with them building the Enterprise. Well, I guess they did that with the JJ movie, right? Yeah. Okay, fine. This is Star Trek is essentially doing what Blake 7 did. The JJ was it 2009 Star Trek? Essentially doing what these first 3 episodes of Blake 7 are doing. So yeah, here we go. We're flying out. Well, is this the original version? That looks like that doesn't look like special edition space in the background. Maybe they didn't get it. So yeah, the crew of the London again. On one hand, they're very, very pedestrian. On the other hand, as the episode goes on, they're like brutal killers, right? Peter Richards and Chris Gimlin did a remake. Everyone will be sex offenders working for the Federation. Well, I guess so, right? Jonathan Cook's just rumbled the rabbi. Well, I did feel that in my lines, right? Good for you. But again, I do like this is very standard Doctor Who spaceship crew. Like this could be from Invisible Enemy, right? And they'll just be fine. It's just later when they're talking about demanding sexual favors from Jenna. Which listen, if you can make the demand, I would, right? I certainly would. What's this chat up line for her? We don't have a room for female prisoners, but maybe I can make some accommodation. Hang on, is this it? So it's like an 8-month voyage. Yeah, this is it, I think. Oh, maybe just missed it. All right, it's quite. Oh, here it is. It's quite an interesting treatise about how people with power just become shitty instantly.
Be ahead. Come with me.
Here goes.
What's your name?
Jenna Stanis.
I wonder if this was again in Terry Nation's mind. Does this work, right? But again, he's just enjoying being old, like not being figured. Ethan Buckheim is here. How you doing, Ethan? Thank you for joining us.
Unfortunately, Jenna, there are no special facilities for female prisoners.
Except in my knickers.
But if you should find things difficult, I might be able to arrange something more comfortable.
That's very considerate of you.
So again, they do the same thing here that Rossi David did with 73 yards. But the difference is in 73 yards, this was the whole point of the story. This is a throwaway little bit.
Why make it hard on yourself?
Well, I'm already hard for you, baby.
Why, indeed.
There you go. So now he's transformed from that moment. He transforms from being like pencil pushing pilot to sadistic Nazi, right? So you start to feel like the characters. You're introduced to Avon. Oh man, Paul Dara is fantastic from the first moment. It's weird that he was not in the first episode. I think the only person in every episode of Blake 7 was Michael Keating, wasn't it? I believe so. So, he got this great bit of dialogue talking about how he likes computers to start off. And, it's with these, like, little notes, like these broad, with these little touches of, like, character. They paint, with these little markings, like you get a fully formed character very, very quickly. Man, today the only thing they can do is he's trans, he's gay, he's like no, what's he like, right? I know what Avon's like. I know his energy is very different to Blake, right? I know Villa's energy, right? Like a bit of a rogue, but probably okay, right? A little bit dangerous because he's being sent to a penal colony and Cygnus Alpha, right? That's never a good sign that you're a calm and collected guy, right? But yeah, no. So they can't. They do strike up this war pretty early on, and Blake's like, "Oh, we will escape." Right? He's being very Blakey. Wonder what the original effect was like over here. Let's look at the original effect. Space like that. I've been impressed now how the original effects are really quite good. There we go, Space War. 10 minutes in or so. Hang on. Okay, so the new effects are better.
Taken the ship, we'll need a pilot.
Yeah, so they make their plans. Okay, the new effects are better over here. And again, how many did we do? This might be months later, right? And again, the balance of the counterbalance of energy between Blake and Avon, between Paul Darrow and Gareth Thomas. One's a very insular performance, while one's very extroverted. It's interesting how it kind of like inverts. So yeah, they keep like testing out their environment. And I remember this when I was a kid watching this. They're how they would go down. Was it go inside the walls? And I remember, as a kid being terrified where somebody gets caught. Yeah, with this bloke gets caught inside the walls, and these debris splatters at it. At the same time, I think there's a big space battle going on, which is what they're being rocked by, which is obviously something to do with it. Yeah, I remember it's from 1978. I remember this clearly. And they got that their phone comes in a second, and it's a really dark death, isn't it? Yeah, here you go. No! Yeah, you brown bread, mate. You're gonna die. But again, this is play 7. I guess that's why we liked it so much, because it's like nobody noticed how dark it was because it was for kids. And it really wasn't for kids. It was like a really dark sci-fi, like kind of like a World War II resistance show. So anyway, they break into, they get Avon into the computer center, and they have a little revolution, but it doesn't last long, right? Evil sadistic guy says, "Let me give you permission to do whatever I want. I'll end this." Eventually, again, he does a very like stereotypical Nazi thing of lining everybody up. Said, "I'm going to kill one every 30 seconds," right? And Blake, of course, crumbles, right? He like gives up everything, and they get captured. I think we get one of the first Avon wonderful put downs here. This is it. Yeah, 1 second.
So you should. What a fiasco. You could take over the ship, you said, if I did my bit. Well, I did my bit, and what happened? Your troops bumble around looking for someone to surrender to, and when they've succeeded, you follow suit.
Touche. It's all like, yes. Didn't go down too well, right? It certainly did not go down too well. But I do like his assessment of it. I think he's pretty much spot on, isn't he? What complete and utter bloody failures. There we go. So then, as luck would have it, they find a massive ship, the Liberator.
Where could it have come from?
I've never seen.
Do we get the first beauty pass of it?
We have power back, sir. About time.
Right, it was this big space battle going on. They were being rocked in it, which is why they lost power, and they had they were able to do that little rebellion.
All functions and all systems. They're phasing them in now.
Have we got scan yet?
Not yet.
Get me a blind reading on that echo.
Oh, come on, let's see it.
Where could it have come from?
Oh, come on. Did I just miss it again?
Got the scan back.
Right, get me a picture.
And yeah, those 3D renders are gorgeous. Right? Every time you have Liberator on screen, it is gorgeous. And they're like, we're going to make a freaking fortune. So we say, you know what we're going to do? First, we're going to get people in some of those disposable white onesie things. And we're going to put a pot of rice on their head and send them across this weird wibbly-wobbly bridge, right? And they kept talking about, in the air, how much they hated this bridge. You would like... They had this whole thing, it was like inflatable, and they had to walk down the center. And yeah, look, they very nearly fell over a lot of times, which I kind of like. I think it adds to the realism. So they go over and they go, oh, we're here. And they go, oh my God. And they vanish, right? And then I think they send another guy over, same thing happening. And they said, okay, what about the prisoners? And there you go. So this is how they end up over there. And one guy's screaming. So they go over, and they, what about weapons? I'll throw it in the airlock when you're out, which I thought was a good idea. And they get into Liberate again. I don't know why they didn't do this effect a bit better. Right? This cries out for a bit of CGI over it, right? Like a pulsating brain. What's it? Not lizard, entity. What's the word I'm looking for? Monster. I mean, this really, really, really could have used a bit of CGI, right? And it like gets inside, and again, it gets inside the brain in a really dark, sadistic way, right? So Jenna sees her mother apparently being beaten and implied raped as well, right? And Terrence Caesar's brother being tortured. Now, Blake's able to survive this because he's had his memory erased, right, once already. And so this is going to unlock all the rest of his memories, I think. So that's why he's able to see through the alien thing. And he pushes them back and he kills them. He pushes them back as they go to it because it's going to kill them. And then he shoots them. Yeah, again, that really needed a new CG shot. I'm sorry. Right? So they go, please stand by, everything's fine. I said, oh, everything's fine. They survive, and he works out he's got to get over there ASAP, right? And they're trying to work out how to move the ship. And the bad guys come up, and he comes across the bridge. He sees Blake. He shoots him in the shoulder, but there's no wound. He just it's just sore. Right? He has his gun set to saw, right? And he has a fantastic death as they fly off, right? And fall out of the. There you go. It really, because I remember it so clearly from how many years ago? 78, 88, 98, 2008, 2018 to 2024. That's what 46 years, man. And I remember watching it clearly as a kid. And I wanted this. Yeah, that FX shot's better. And off they go to sing the South and they what they move is. Oh, look at that! Oh, that's just really gorgeous. All right, and again we go into six Sing the South yet, but I think I'll wait. I'll do Sing the South and Time Squad in a review together, right? But yeah, I am really digging. The first season now, because it's a very much the creative expression of one man, and I do like that, right? I do like it when they do things like that. Now there's a lot of crossover. That's what I was looking for. A lot of crossover between Doctor Who and Blake. So let's pull this up. We're going to do pocket mags. There was a little article about in this month's Doctor Who magazine, man, which is so depressing reading Doctor Who magazine when you read it from 10 years ago when it was so much better. Oy vey. Where is it? Continue from this page. We go doink. There we go. Thinking about it. There you go. Doink. Share screen. Seek, locate, exterminate. I mean, again, this was, I guess, riffing that Terry Nation really wanted the aliens to be the Daleks, which I think would have been a terrible idea. Right? Unless he wanted to make the Daleks like really dark and evil. Blake 7 Daleks would be like doing some weird psychosexual experiments or some dark evil shit. Again, this was Terry Nathan just letting his id out quite a bit. Blake 7 there, BBC's other sci-fi saga, heads to Blu-ray. Was it sister show Doctor Who Arrival? John the Hell explains intriguing links between the. I don't think it was Arrival. I think they complemented each other. Definitely had a very different vibe. So in 1975, Terry Nathan successfully pitched Blake 7 to head of drama. Yeah, what do you call it? Dirty Dozen in Space. And they got a 13-episode order, right? Unfortunately, with the budget of Softly, Tarsals. So Graham, when he took over as producer of Doctor Who, replacing Philip Hinchcliffe, who had faced criticism for the show's growing. Like, why didn't they give it to Hinchcliffe to I forgot it was like right then to produce? It would have been much better. Man, could you imagine with a I love the Chris Boucher script editing, right? He's really good at it. I know. Oh, sorry, I didn't pop my ears. Where are we up to? Fine. The Hinchcliffe-Williams handover began towards the end of the 14th season, during which time he met with two prolific writers, Michael E. Bright and David Maloney. However, Maloney, Hinchcliffe's go-to director for most ambitious Doctor Who stories, was offered the producer role on Blake 7. Yeah, right. While location performance on Talon's Way to Yang. Impressed by Maloney's work on Jensen of the Daleks Nation, recommended him job to Ronnie Mars. Well, that's good. Friends in high places. Okay, but it's kind of like hasn't really got to the point of the article yet. No, I guess there's a connection between Doctor Who and Blake 7. Maloney eagerly anticipated making him unavailable future Doctor Who work. Oh, what a! I mean, honestly, you compare Invasion of Time to Deadly Assassin, and you go, "Oh, please bring back Hinchcliffe and Holmes." Right? Deadly Assassin is essentially a reworking of the Manchurian Candidate. I wonder what they would have done for a follow-up. Like, what our big movies were? All the President's Men? I don't know. Williams next approached Bryant, who was completing post-production on Robots of Death. However, Bryant was enticed by Maloney's vision of a bold new sci-fi space adventure Blake 7, declined Williams' offer to return to Doctor Who. So they pilfered there, basically everybody. Reflecting on the decision of Doctor Who magazine in '96, Bryant says, Graham asked me twice to come back and got quite cross with me. He told me that I owed it to the series. That was true. I learned that my whole training on Doctor Who. But this story is about them pilfering talent. Well, that's the way the BBC worked back then, I guess. And you know who really could really work it well? John Nathan Turner. Oh man, his fall from grace is really sad. Man also enlisted Penance Roberts, Douglas Campfield, recognizing the value of the director. We're familiar with. Okay, we haven't got to really many connections yet. That's a great episode with Baben. Oh, I loved it. Original Enemy. Fine. Did you come with David Weir's unusable script for the season finale, forced Williams to write a new script? Yeah, Invasion of Time. It was like the Killer Cats or sort of Genghis thing. It's one of the ones that's never been made into by Big Finish, which I'm kind of surprised about. Williams been working on season 16 around the same time with Maloney and Chris Boucher. We're planning a second series of Blake 7, which I know. Which each series had its own vibe. I love the second series, right? It's got some great. So it's got Gambit in it. Oh, I love Gambit, right? Bit of deep Roy chess action, right? Fantastic. This is. I'm a little bit disappointed in this article. I will be frank. Continue to overlap resources of the two programs. Tom Baker wants to Blake 7 on Michael Keating. The only thing in Doctor Who and Blake 7 is I'm not in Blake 7. No, Blake 7 is really dark, right? Yeah. Doctor Who never had to deal with being framed for paedophilia. This light-out competition was fueled by the fact that two shows were often recorded simultaneously at BBC Centre. That's gonna be wild. For example, Paracol in 78 was made at the same point as Pressure Point. That's a good episode. Being recorded in Studio One. Doctor Who set will even feature various panels of dressing from previous Blake 7. Or Blake 7, he got a picture of it there, of a sea devil as Dorian's, receptacle for the ickiness. This was the idea from Tom Baker and Gareth Thomas, who played Blake, for a self-aware crossover in which the Doctor would... They should have done that as a Christmas... as a Christmas ident, right? There's you have a start with a space station spinning, and you have Blake, and you have the Doctor standing by a Christmas tree, or they walk out to in the space station. Hello Blake, hello Rog, hello Doctor, hello Rog. Merry Christmas. Wouldn't that be a great ident? Oh. Why isn't IA good enough to make that for AI good enough to make that for us now? Oh, that would be such a great ident. Oh, it's killing me. Either Blake 7 or Doctor which fine. I think my idea was better. Do it as a Christmas ident rather than having meeting Blake 7 or Doctor Who, which is a silly idea. There was a simple scene where they pass each other in the corridor. Morning, Blake. Morning, Doctor. And proposal rejected by BBC executive in order to maintain the show's distinct identities. But Terry Nation had ambitious plan for a crossover that would apparently intertwine the series, which, again, I just think this was a duffer of an idea. I really do, right? I really, really do. Nation wants to include the second series of Blake 7 with a dramatic twist. Blake would discover Star One, the Federation's top secret control complex, only to find it threatened by a massive alien force intent on annexing the Federation planets for their own vast empire. The aliens poised to annihilate all life on all these worlds. Blake would ultimately team up with the Federation to combat this formidable threat. In a bold move, Nation considered introducing the Daleks as the alien menace. It just sounds like such a bad idea, right? It's just like, I mean, it didn't make sense even then. The huge success of Daleks merchandise in the 1960s and made Nathan a wealthy man, and he was acutely aware of the spin-off. Oh yeah, he wanted more Dalek stuff. Okay. Yeah, look, mate, I can't believe they never got that Dalek series going, right? That they always wanted to. Blake, the other was one of the driving forces behind the picture of Blake 7 was decided to create another science fiction series with strong merchandise potential. I mean, that's, I guess, why we got Corgi Liberator straight away. Felt like it was straight away anyway. Nathan hopes that some of his new creation, well, maybe not have your main character be framed from Peter fucking Felia if you wanted to be a bit mainstream. I don't know. So the Decimers, the Mutoids, or the Federation security robot, they were awful, right? The Federation is awful. It's awful. Stop. It's awful. We'll catch the public's imagination. The Federation security robot, really? It's awful. Can I find a picture of it? Yeah, Federation security robot. Is it what? Images. Yeah, man. No one's buying a toy of this. It's epically shit. Like it's epically shit. Oh look, the arms go up a little bit. Yeah. I'm assuming CGI replaces that. God, I hope so. I do hope so. Where is this? No one's like, why would you think anybody would buy that? I don't know. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have screwed over John Cusack. Maybe he would have designed it better for you. Right? So it would capture him into the Dalek Zone. However, the first series needed little merchandise, aside from a toy liberator and a ping pong ball firing neutron space rifle. I remember that too. Given the disappointing lack of commercial success, it's perhaps unsurprising that Nathan considered bringing back his favorite creations. I can hear that, but man, it's a real hack idea. With the Doctor Who production team seemingly uninterested in reviving the Daleks, Nation saw an opportunity to integrate them into Blake 7. And the press launch of the first series, Nation was asked by Daily Mirror, Jack Bell if there could be a role for the Daleks in Blake 7, said, if there's a second season, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I would. Like, they would have to come from a different reality then, wouldn't they? All right. Doctor Who fan Mark Sinclair visited Nathan in 78, having known the Nation family for years. Sinclair enjoyed tea and a long chat during which the writer revealed he was considering bringing the Daleks into Blake 7. He was asked if he thought it was a good idea, and Sinclair said he was concerned the crossover might not work. It really wouldn't, but I told him the fans would love it. I don't think they would, actually. Excited by Nathan's revelation, Sinclair shared the news with his fellow Doctor Who and Blake 7 enthusiast, John Kevin Davis, who went on to make the very good directors. A short time later, Davis introduced Douglas Adams, who recently taken over from Anthony Reid, the script editor on Doctor Who. This started marked a long-lasting friendship between Davis and Adams, leading to future collaborations during the time Davis also met Graham Williams. Stupidly, I told Douglas Adams and Graham Williams that Terry Nation was thinking of putting the Daleks into Blake 7. They were naturally fascinated and quite a bit alarmed by the idea. I felt a bit uncomfortable telling them a few weeks later They commissioned Terry to write the story Destiny of the Daleks. Well, yeah, I'm glad that, because they haven't done the Daleks for a while. And I'm glad they did, right? I'm glad they did do Destiny of the Daleks, right? It was, I do like it. I mean, it's not a patch on Genesis, but it's fun. And I love the Movellans. Despite concerns that overexposure had diminished their impact, the Dalek remained an undeniably popular, so Williams and Adams were determined not to lose their iconic villains to Blake 7. When Nathan suggested incorporating the Daleks into the cliffhanger ending of the second season, Maloney and Chris Batter both strongly opposed the idea. Yes, thank God. Which may have influenced Nathan's willingness to allow the Daleks to return to Doctor Who. Yeah, well, money's money, baby. Kevin believes that Nathan had been determined to have the Daleks be in Blake 7. He could have made it happen. I don't know if David Maloney or Chris Batter had the power to overrule Terry if they really insisted, he suggested. He suggests if the head of drama had liked the idea to, merely from a boosting rating point of view, the Daleks would have become part of the fabric of Blake 7. I fear that I may have inadvertently prevented that from happening. Good, and I would love to see that. I really wouldn't, mate. Though Daleks never confronted Blake and his crew, the near miss highlights the close relationship between Doctor Who and Blake. So this has been a shit article. Oh man, this has been okay. So yeah, talk about crossover time. I just reviewed last week. What was it Assassin, which had Richard Hunter on Blake 7, First Doctor. Jacqueline Pierce going from Surfland to Cassini. Paul Darrow. Right. So Frontios, they use the same hats. Same helmets as Blake 7. I just thought they'd had a similar process because they knew how to do it. And look at that. So it's Destiny of the Daleks and Blake 7. I feel exactly the same spot. Yeah, man. The Colin Baker when it was young and svelte. All right. So is this the same set they use? I don't know. But yeah. Listen, there is a long, noble tradition of crossover between Blake 7 and Doctor Who. Yeah, absolutely. What else we got to do? Have a look at. I think we looked at the headlines yesterday. Henry Cavill stars as a centuries-old warrior in Highlander reboot. Wasn't that Highlander? Craven's going to suck. Conjuring. I don't know. All this stuff sounds like bollocks. Honestly, all this stuff sounds like bollocks. And my throat's hurting. So I think I'm going to wrap it up. I am going to wrap it up. I am a bit jiggered. I think maybe ready for bed. Right? I think that sounds like might be the way to go. Draconian Blake 7 would have worked, but taken over the entire series. That's 100% right, Kronos Goldweiser. You are 100% correct. There should have been a scene where the Doctor and Blake trade something in the corridor to aid each other, and the TARDIS should dematerialize in the background. A few Blake 7 scenes. That would be cool. That indeed would be cool. Fine. I'm going to wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a bit cream-crackered. I think it's time for me to climb the wooden hill to Bedfordshire. Going to hit the end broadcast button. I'm going to hit it again and say good night, good luck.